Stop everything and read this now because the moment you are about to step into has sent waves through the fandom, and if you love Shinyu Dylan Wang and BaiLu, this story will stay with you long after the last line. So follow K-Drama Haven right now and keep reading, because what happened next felt like a scene written by destiny itself. The internet had barely caught its breath after the shocking public moment involving Dylan Wang and BaiLu when a new layer was added to the story. A layer that made fans lean closer to their screens and replay every clip with fresh eyes. This time the spotlight turned to Shinyu. Her name alone carries history, emotion, and memories for millions of fans around the world. And when news reached her, the reaction became a story all its own. For fans who have followed their journeys from the beginning, Shinyu and Dylan Wang are forever linked by a drama that defined an era. Their shared scenes built a connection that felt sincere, playful, and unforgettable. Even years later, fans still talk about the way they laughed together, the natural rhythm between them, and the comfort that seemed to exist beyond the script. That history is why this moment mattered so much. When news began circulating that Dylan Wang had kissed BaiLu in public, the fandom exploded with reactions. Shock, excitement, disbelief, and endless discussion filled every corner of social media. But among all the questions, one stood out. How would Shinyu react when she found out? According to fan discussions and circulating clips, Shinyu's reaction was subtle yet powerful. Not dramatic, not exaggerated. Instead, it carried the kind of quiet expression that says more than words ever could. A pause. A soft smile that faded just slightly. Eyes that reflected surprise mixed with thoughtfulness. It was the kind of reaction that made fans stop and feel something deeper. What made the moment so mind-blowing was how real it felt. There was no performance, no stage, no lines to deliver. Just a human reaction unfolding naturally. Fans described it as bittersweet, not because of sadness, but because it reminded them of shared history and growth. Time had passed. Paths had changed. And yet the connection remained in the hearts of those watching. As fans replayed the moment, they began to notice details. The way Shen Yue listened closely. The way she processed the information calmly. The way her expression shifted, as if memories were briefly revisited. It felt like watching someone acknowledge the past while standing firmly in the present. And that balance is what made the scene unforgettable. Online conversations deepened. Fans shared old clips, interviews, and behind-the-scenes moments, reconnecting with the era that first brought these stars together. Many expressed admiration for Shenyu's grace and maturity. Others praised her quiet strength and the way she handled the moment without turning it into spectacle. At the same time, the story of Dylan Wang and BaiLu continued to unfold. Their public moment had already blurred the line between fiction and reality. Adding Shinyu's reaction gave the story emotional depth. It turned a shocking headline into a layered narrative about growth, change, and respect. This is why fans remain so deeply invested. Not because of rumors or drama, but because these stars have shared journeys that feel meaningful. They remind people of different chapters in their own lives. First loves, old memories, new beginnings. The beauty lies not in conflict, but in evolution. What makes this moment truly powerful is that no one tried to control the narrative. There were no rushed explanations, no forced reactions, just authenticity. And in a world where everything is often filtered and polished, that authenticity feels rare and precious. For Shinyu fans, this moment reinforced why they admire her. Her calm presence, her emotional intelligence, her ability to stand tall without needing to say much. For Dylan Wang fans, it showed how far he has come. For BaiLu fans, it highlighted the impact of genuine connection. And for the fandom as a whole, it reminded everyone why these stories matter. If this moment made you pause, if it stirred memories, if it sparked curiosity, then you are exactly where you should be. This is what K-Drama Haven exists for. To capture the moments that feel real. To explore the emotions behind the headlines. To bring fans together through stories that resonate. Stay with us. Follow K-Drama Haven now. Join the conversation. Share your thoughts and your feelings. Because stories like this do not end in a single moment. They continue to unfold with every reaction, every memory, and every new chapter. And you will want to be here for what comes next. Stop scrolling again because this chapter takes the story even deeper, and if you want to truly understand why Shinyu reaction has everyone talking, then stay right here, follow K-Drama Haven now, and read every word because Part 2 reveals the quiet emotions fans cannot stop replaying. After the first wave of reactions settled, something interesting happened across the fandom. The conversation shifted from shock to reflection. People were no longer just asking what happened. They were asking what it meant. And at the center of that question stood Shinyu, calm, composed, and quietly unforgettable. Fans began analyzing her reaction with a kind of care usually reserved for meaningful scenes in a drama. They noticed how she did not rush to respond, how she listened fully before reacting, how her expression carried warmth rather than tension. It felt like watching someone acknowledge a story that once mattered deeply while honoring where everyone stands now. What made this moment so powerful was its simplicity. Shinyu did not need dramatic words. She did not need grand gestures. Her reaction felt like closure mixed with respect, a silent understanding that life moves forward and people grow. That kind of maturity resonated strongly with fans across generations. Many viewers described the moment as strangely comforting. Instead of feeling awkward or heavy, it felt peaceful, like a chapter gently closing without regret. Fans who once shipped Shen Yue and Dylan Wang found themselves smiling softly rather than feeling hurt. That emotional shift surprised many and spoke volumes about how Shen Yue carried herself. As clips continued to circulate, fans noticed her body language. Relaxed posture, natural smile, eyes steady and thoughtful. It gave the impression of someone who is confident in her own journey. Someone who values memories without being held by them. That quiet confidence became the highlight of the entire discussion. Meanwhile, the story surrounding Dylan Wang and Bai Lu continued to grow. Their public moment had already sparked excitement. Shenyu reaction added balance to the narrative. It reminded fans that these are real people with shared histories, not characters competing for attention. And that reminder changed the tone of the entire fandom conversation. Instead of division, fans began expressing appreciation for all three. For Shinyu grace. For Dylan Wang growth. For Bai Lu presence. It turned what could have been a messy headline into a story of mutual respect and emotional maturity. This is why the moment feels so mind-blowing. Not because of drama, but because of dignity. In a space where reactions are often exaggerated, Shinyu's response felt refreshingly human. It reflected acceptance, strength, and emotional clarity. And fans felt that deeply. Comments began pouring in praising her composure. Many shared how her reaction reminded them of their own experiences. Letting go without bitterness. Accepting change without losing kindness. Those shared emotions transformed the moment into something personal for thousands of viewers. At K-Drama Haven, we believe moments like this deserve attention. Not for gossip, but for what they reveal about character.
This was not just a reaction.
It was a statement made without words. A reminder that growth does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it shows up quietly and leaves the strongest impression. And this story is still unfolding. If this part moved you even a little, then do not stop here. Follow K-Drama Haven now. Stay connected for Part 3, deeper insights, fan reactions, and the moments everyone else overlooks. Share your thoughts and tell us how Shinyu reaction made you feel. Because some stories do not fade. They evolve, and you deserve to experience every chapter with us.